Perhaps the most important thing for me when I'm doing these reviews is that I have full editorial control. That means I decide what I show you and what I say in these videos. But for full transparency, I've marked this video as paid promotion because jcwings did send me this aircraft model for free. Something that I'm very grateful for, because it means that BongoPlanes, as the first channel here on the platform, is able to give you a review of this new jcwings model. So hello and welcome to this world premiere of a review where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-9 of All Nippon Airways. At the front of the box we get a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the ANA and Star Wars branding. On the back side of the box we then again find the ANA and Star Wars branding. We do also have a lovely rendition of the aircraft with schematics showing the dimensions of the aircraft, and that is also specified in writing. So overall, quite lovely box design. Let's see what the aircraft model has to offer. And here she is, the Boeing 787-9 of All Nippon Airways in their special Star Wars R2D2 livery. I have well and truly been looking forward to this review from the first moment at the beginning of the year when I saw some images which hinted at a revolutionary new detail for Scale 500 models. I was very excited, and of course when jcwings contacted me to ask me if I would like to do a review of it, I jumped on board immediately because this is a chance you just can't miss out on. So let us start our tour around the aircraft model with a look at the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the ANA branding. Also on the horizontal stabilizer we find some printed detailing. And printed details we find en masse on the fuselage. Here we of course have the Star Wars logo, as the livery is Star Wars themed. But we do also have the ANA branding once more with the company slogan, Inspiration of Japan. We have the Dreamliner branding and the Japanese flag, as well as the full registration code of the aircraft. Also towards the very tail of the aircraft we find a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. The truly revolutionary detail for a Scale 500 model that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is the fact that this aircraft model comes with physical antennas. Yes, you've heard right, it's not just printed antennas or a set dome, but they have even added physical antennas. And I mean, I must say, well done jcwings. Where other manufacturers shy away from trying out new stuff, jcwings jumps into the deep end and succeeds. If we then look at the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage, we can see the lovely R2D2 design, which jcwings has done a great job in replicating here on this aircraft model. Perhaps there could have been a few more sensors and markings around, although I guess most of them would have kind of disappeared in the livery. And it's not like we didn't get anything, just look at how nicely detailed the cabin doors are. We do also still have the Star Alliance logo, of which the airline is a member, and on the other side we still have the marking of ETOPS. And also when we look at the cockpit section we get a decent amount of detailing. We have the circular marking around the nose cone, we have the cockpit windows with the window wipers, and above the cockpit windows we find the emergency hatch for the cockpit printed on as well. But there are many more details to be discovered on this aircraft model. When we look at the engine nacelles, for example, we can see the silver leading edge has of course been printed on, where we do also have the Rolls-Royce logo. Various safety markings and small hatches have been printed on as well. That is a lovely job from jcwings. It well and truly makes the engines come alive. And also the physical detailing is great. The chevron nozzles have been pulled off very nicely, as well as the fan blades when we look into the engines from the front. From the engines we can also move on to the wings to take a look at those, starting off with the top side, where we on one side find the Japanese sun, and on the other side the full registration code printed on, as well as the marking as to where to walk on the wing. But we do also have some lovely physical detailing with the flap slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. The underside, again, we find the Japanese sun on one side and the full registration code of the aircraft on the other side, and also here I would say some great physical detailing. When we look at the landing gear, I would say jcwings has done a solid job. The physical detailing of that is very good. However, a bit of a mystery for me is the fact that there are no printed details on the front landing gear. That, considering how many other details we find on this aircraft model, is a bit confusing to me. Also a bit confusing to me is the fact that we have a hole in the fuselage for a stand, which in my case was not included with the model. But of course I did get the aircraft model directly from jcwings, so perhaps if you buy it from a retailer there is a stand included, and in that case the hole of course would make sense. And then last but certainly not least, we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9 of All Nippon Airways in the special Star Wars R2D2 livery from jcwings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? It will perhaps not shock you when I say that I absolutely love this aircraft model. The fact that jcwings has jumped into the deep end, has listened to the community and said, oh wait, you want models with physical antennas? Okay, well, let's do that. And they've done a really good job with it. When I first heard about it, I was a bit concerned because I thought, well, antennas in scale 500, they're probably just instantly gonna break. But jcwings has done a solid job with this. These antennas are really sturdy. And while I'm certainly not throwing my models around when I'm reviewing them, I'm also not super gentle to them because I do want to see what the quality is. And jcwings is flawless here. The print quality does also absolutely live up to what I expect from an aircraft model with a plethora of details. I mentioned the missing detail around the front landing gear, but that is a minor detail when we look at the overall model itself. At the end of the day, it is a very, very good model, but I do have one major concern, and that is actually not so much the model, but the price. Unfortunately, I do not know what the exact retail price is that jcwings has determined, but what I can say is that in Europe this model will cost you around 50 euros, which is a hefty price for a scale 500 model, even if it comes with antennas. What is even more confusing is the fact that I can get a 787-9 from jcwings in scale 400 for around 40 euros. For a one-time special aircraft model in scale 500, I would say 50 euros is steep, but most collectors would say, okay, it's still worth it because the model is really good. But of course, I'm not trying to hide the fact that I would love to see jcwings produce many more scale 500 models, and in that case, the price would definitely need to come down quite a bit so that it can be competitive with other manufacturers. But putting the price aside, this aircraft model is an excellent aircraft model in scale 500, and it shows really what is possible in scale 500 and that it in no way needs to be any less good than a scale 400 model. And for that we just have to thank jcwings that they prove it time and time again with their aircraft models. This model is seriously good and I cannot recommend it enough for one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out and bye.